Alright, so you remember in Qt Designer we actually had this button export to PDF, and we can remember that the name we gave the object is PDF export button. So we need to mark that and remember it. So now let's go back into our Visual Studio Code. So inside the front page we're going to first make some import, but before we do that I want you to make sure you've actually installed this package. So it doesn't come by default, you actually have to install it. So you'd actually go into your terminal, then type pip install report lab. So that's the library we shall be using for exporting PDF files. So make sure you actually have that installed. Now I'm going to go back here, and now I'm going to import some packages from it. So from reportlab.lib.pagesize we're going to import letter. Then from reportlab.platypus we're going to import simple doc template. Then also import table and table style. Then from reportlab.lib we're going to import colors. So now we can now scroll down, go where you actually had the export to Excel, and then now just under that we're actually going to create this method for exporting to PDF. So PDF export, so a method is going to be called export to PDF students table. Now inside here we're now going to create the methods or the different variables that we should actually be working with. So first of all we're going to have to open the Q file dialog to get the file path. So now file dialog shall be equal to Q file dialog. Make sure that Q file dialog is imported, and then file path shall be equal to that file dialog. We're going to get the save file name that the user actually puts. So the file name the user actually chooses, so we shall give them opportunity to choose whatever file name that they actually want. Then PDF files, we're going to save that as .pdf. So that's very, very important. And then we have the all files. Alright, now we can now see if there is a file path. If now something happens and the user actually chooses where to save the file, we're going to create a PDF document. So a PDF document shall be equal to, shall be a simple doc template, and shall actually be of page size of the type letter. So that's more like an A4. Then assuming n is the total number of columns in your QTable widget, now we're going to actually subtract by 1 because we don't want the actions column to actually be represented. So that's going to be very, very important. So n shall actually be representing the number of columns. So we're going to extract the headers from the QTable widget. Let's first extract the headers. So from student info table, horizontal header items column, we're going to pick them as, so we're going to pick the text at the headers. So now we're going to work on them for column in range n-1. That's because we don't want the last column because it just contains actions. So we're going to leave the last column. That's why we put n-1. Otherwise we'll just leave it as an n. So we need to extract data from the QTable widget excluding the last column. So the data shall actually be holding the headers. Now let's work on the contents of the QTable. So now for row in range self.student info table, so we're going to do a row count. Now row data shall be equal to the items in the student info table. So now we select them, we're going to select the text inside there. So now self.student info table dot item. So now we're picking the items from all the different cells. We're picking those that are not empty, so that's why we say is not none. If they are blank, if they are blank, we actually just going to leave that part blank, and then there we go. Now data.append, so we're appending the data. So now we append it in, and now that we've done that, we can now create a PDF table. So a PDF table shall be equals to table, then place in the data. Now next we're going to apply styles to the table. So this is important. Now let's apply styles to decide how everything will look. That includes the grid layout, the color of the text, and all those other things. So style shall be equal to, so working on the table style. Alright, so now brackets. Alright, now we have the box brackets inside. Now here we're going to first work on the alignment. So type in the coordinates 0, 0, then -1, -1, and then we're going to set everything to center. So we're going to center everything inside the table. Now next we're going to set the font name of all the different items. Then we're going to set them to Helvetica bold. Now next we're going to set the, alright, let's cancel that. Alright, so next we're going to set the font size. So this is very important. It's actually just change this to -1. Then here we're actually going to set the font size. It's actually going to be a value. It's going to be a value of 12. Then we're going to copy this. So now next we're going to set the bottom padding. Change this to 0. Then leave that value as 12. Then we're going to set the grid. So the grid needs to be of width 1. And then we're going to set its color to black. So that's the color of the grid of the table. Alright, so next PDF table.set style. So we're going to set the style here. And then next we build the PDF document. So PDF document dot build. So we're going to build, and then we're going to insert this table inside it. So now next let's print the path. So a table exported to that file path. Alright, so now we can scroll to the top and we need to make a call to this method and see what happens when you actually click on the PDF button. So here under Excel export, we're now going to create the PDF export. So PDF export, then self dot call the button PDF export button. When it is clicked, we're going to connect to this method self dot export to PDF students table. So it's as simple as that. Now we can now move to the next part. So we're going to now run our Python file. So click on the click on main, then run the Python file. Then it may take a second to load, but now once it loads, we can now open the student's information page again. Then now here we're going to export PDF file. So click PDF. We need to export that table. Then on the desktop is where I want to export. So type in students, and then save. And now as you can see, you see the path down here. So it means it has exported successfully. Now let's go and check the file. Open. Oh, now I can see the characters are actually too big. So I set a very big font size, so not everything fits perfectly because of the size of the table. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to reduce the font size of the text. So here we're going to set this font size to 8. So 8 should actually be better. So let's actually close this again. Then we're going to save it one more time. Alright, so now go back to student information, click export PDF. Then on your desktop, we're going to save it as students again. Actually, let's replace that file. And then now we can view it again. And it is actually working. Alright, so now in the next video, I'll show you how to update and edit the information in the table. I hope this video helped you, and I hope you understood how to export PDF files. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope the video really helped you. If it did, feel free to share it with anyone that you can. And then if you're new to this channel, and can join the community by subscribing, and then make sure to hit that notification bell so that you get updated every single time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video.